was the most surgically precise character assassination in hip-hop history, and it starts with 8 words that literally rewired the entire rap game forever. No! We're talking about bars so disrespectful, so elegantly crafted, that they didn't just end the beef, they redefined what lyrical warfare looks like in the streaming era.
This isn't a diss track. This is a fucking hate crime, bro.
You think you've heard diss tracks before? Delete that from your memory right now, because what Kendrick did wasn't just a diss, it was a psychological experiment disguised as a rap song. He took everything Drake thought he knew about himself and flipped it inside out like a designer jacket at a thrift store. I'm talking about lines that made grown men in the industry physically cringe.
It ain't even that deep. It's just cringe as fuck, bro.
Bars that had Drake's own team questioning their loyalty. And wordplay so vicious that other rappers started taking notes like they were in a masterclass on destruction. This wasn't just beef. This was a public autopsy performed in real time with millions of witnesses. And here's what makes this even crazier. Every 2 minutes throughout this breakdown, I'm going to reveal a hidden layer that most people completely missed. We're talking about references that go back decades, subliminal shots that connect to other beefs, and strategic moves that prove Kendrick was playing chess while everyone else was playing checkers. From the DMX energy that opened the floodgates, to the Michael Jackson flip that had the internet losing its collective mind, to the identity attacks that cut deeper than any physical threat ever could. This wasn't just rap beef. This was psychological warfare disguised as entertainment. By the end of this breakdown, you'll understand why this single verse didn't just win a battle. It changed the entire landscape of hip-hop forever. You'll see how Kendrick used everything from business knowledge to pop culture references to personal psychology to create something that will be studied for decades. But here's the warning. Once you see the full scope of what really happened here, you'll never listen to rap beef the same way again. Because what you're about to witness isn't just great lyricism. It's the blueprint for how to completely dismantle someone's entire public persona using nothing but words and rhythm. This is the breakdown that's going to show you exactly how legends are made and careers are ended. Kendrick, a pure lyrical genius. Now let's get into it, because this section of Euphoria, bruh, if Kendrick had ended the track right here, it still would have been a knockout. No cap. We're talking about one of the most disrespectful, elegantly written, surgical roasts in hip-hop history. And he starts it off with, I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress.
I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. Surprise, she wanted that feature request. You know that we got.
Oh my god, he hates this nigga. Oh my fucking.
Boss, this ain't just a petty jab. This is DMX energy, reincarnated through Kendrick. You remember that clip of X on The Breakfast Club when they asked if he liked Drake and he said, I don't like his face, I don't like the way he talks, I don't like anything about Drake. Kendrick basically said, bet. Let's take that energy, throw it in the booth, and make it rhyme. But look at the layers. He flipped Michael Jackson's The Way You Make Me Feel, that sweet line about I like the way you walk, your talk, your dress, and turned it inside out like laundry. I hate it. Man went from moonwalking to mud stomping. And what makes it nastier, it ties right back into that ongoing Prince versus Michael Jackson analogy. Kendrick sees himself as Prince, raw, eccentric, artistic, and Drake is Michael, polished, pop, pristine. Except now, K-Dot's saying, forget all that. I'm Joe Jackson, you my son. He's mocking Drake's whole image, from the poses to the mannerisms, the haircuts, the fake accents, the fake deep stares. And low-key, that's a callback to Migos' Walk It Talk It. Drake literally had a video about walking and talking. Kendrick clowning him straight out the gate. Now next bar.
Now before we get into that, I need y'all to take a second, drop a like, comment, hit that hype button. We back with another banger. And you know I got love for y'all. Let's get right back in it. You know I don't like to hold y'all for too long. Let's get it.
Surprised you wanted that feature request. You know that we got some shit to address.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Right
What's wrong with you, bro? What the hell? You tripping, bro? You tripping.
This is where Kendrick gets personal and strategic. He's not just saying we got beef. He's saying you've been acting like we don't. Word on the street is Drake been reaching out for a collab. Probably tried to pull a first-person shooter reunion move with Cole and wanted Kendrick in that big 3 circle again. The K-Dot ain't forget the history. He's like, fam, why you asking for a feature when you've been sneak dissing me for a decade? It's wild because both of them have admitted this tension's been simmering. Drake said on push-ups, this beef been brewing in a pot, now I'm heating up. And Kendrick basically says, exactly, so why you trying to act friendly now? Then Kendrick steps it up with, I even hate when you say the word nigga, but that's just me, I guess.
Nigga, but that's just me, I guess.
Oh my God, he said you ain't black enough, nigga. I don't even like the way you say nigga.
You can't short shame and then think a nigga's not gonna check you on your blackness.
Bruh, this one right here hit deeper than an 808. He's attacking Drake's identity, his authenticity. saying you perform blackness like it's a brand, not who you are. Kendrick's basically echoing what Pusha T said in the story of Adidon, that Drake treats culture like a costume. Confused, always felt you weren't black enough. That type of jab sting's different, because it's not about music, it's about belonging. Drake's biracial background has always been part of his story. His mom's white and Jewish, his dad's black from Memphis, but Kendrick flips that into ammunition. He's like, every time you say that word, it sounds like cosplay, and he even sprinkles humor in there. That's just me, I guess. Like he's shrugging while dropping a bomb. That's what makes this so disrespectful. He's not mad, he's just disgusted. Then he follows with, some shit just cringeworthy. It ain't even gotta be deep, I guess.
Some shit just cringeworthy. Ain't even gotta be deep, I guess.
It ain't even that deep. It's just cringe as fuck, bro.
That nigga don't like you.
He don't fuck with you, gang. When niggas say,
don't
oh,
like
I
you
don't
a
work
little
shit on
bit.
my worst enemy, motherfucker, I do.
Now that's cold-blooded comedy. Kendrick's basically saying, bruh, you corny. And I don't even have to explain why. You know it's bad when somebody says they're not mad, they just cringe. That's worse than anger. It's that type of, I'm not disappointed, I'm embarrassed for you energy. That's what this line does. It dismisses Drake like a failed audition. Then he flips the vibe real quick. Still love when you see success. Everything with me is blessed.
Still love when you see success. Everything with me is blessed. Keep making
That's
me
a real shit though. Still love when you see success. That's a real shit.
Aw, how wholesome.
Yeah. Gotta
Except
pray for your
not.
enemies.
That sarcastic peace offering energy. Like, I'm happy for you, bro. Stay over there. It's the rap equivalent of God bless before this. But if you peep timing, Kendrick dropped Euphoria the day after the 8th anniversary of Drake's Views.
That's like bombing on somebody and saying respectfully. Before I say respectfully, I'm about to say some of the most disrespectful stuff I could think of. So it's like, yeah, respectfully. But I just disrespected you. Let's keep going.
Man let Drake have his little anniversary moment before nuking the timeline. That's petty and respectful.
Right.
The perfect combo. All right, quick break. If you vibing with this deep dive so far, hit that like and subscribe.
Hit that
It's
like
free.
button,
It
yo.
helps the channel, and trust me, the next section gets way
give my
crazier.
breakdown at the end.
All
Let's
right,
go.
back to it. Next bar. Keep making me dance, waving my hand, and it won't be no threat.
making me dance, waving my hand, and it won't be no threat.
That nigga say just keep making me dance and wave my hand, and there won't be no threat. Just keep me goddamn entertained, nigga, and there won't be no motherfucking problem, bro.
Won't be no smoke.
Now this, pure troll. Kendrick saying, look, keep making your little hotline bling, Tootsie slide joints. I'll dance to those, no problem. Just don't step in the rap ring. He's mocking Drake's pop era, especially that 2022 album, Honestly Nevermind. The one that dropped on Kendrick's birthday, by the way. Kendrick's basically like, stay in your R&B bag, Champagne Poppy. Don't come play Gladiator if you're still doing TikTok challenges. It's so layered though. The waving my hand part works two ways. He's literally waving his hand to dance and metaphorically saying, I'm not even trying to fight you. K-Dot's telling him, stay fun, stay safe, just don't test me in my zone. Then he swings again. Brutal. I'm knowing they call you the boy, but where's a man? Cause I ain't seen him yet.
Oh, they call you the boy, but where's the man? Cause I ain't seen him yet.
Oh, I know they call you the boy, but where is the man? I don't see him yet.
He do be calling himself the boy. That's what Jay called my certified lover boy.
Whew. That's
like
not a
boy.
bar. That's a character assassination. Drake been calling himself the boy for years. That's his whole brand. Kendrick took that nickname and turned it into a therapy session. He's saying, you still acting like a child. Where's the man behind the stardom? Drake literally rapped on worst behavior, always hated the boy, but now the boy is the man.
Right.
Kendrick said, nah, I checked. Still a boy. That's ruthless. Then the energy spikes. Matter of fact, I ain't even bleed him yet. Can I bleed him? Bet.
Matter of fact, I ain't even bleed him yet. Can I bleed him? When I see you stand by
That was cold.
He said he still ain't bleed him yet. Jesus.
Oh, you haven't started?
Ayo, this is a power move. That can I bleed him line sounds like he's
Nasty,
asking for
bro.
permission from Top Dog or his conscience. He's saying, I've been going easy on him. Should I turn it up? And that bet, that's the go signal. You can feel the beat of war in it, like he's loading the next chamber. He hasn't even started yet, and that's the scariest part. Then the visuals switch up. When I see you stand by Sexy Red, I believe you see two bad bitches.
This
See you
smoking.
stand by Sexy Red. I believe you see two bad bitches. Two bad bitches?
He's smoking right there.
Yo, shout the season, man. Shout the season, man. Shout the season, man.
He's smoking. Teeth all out.
Comedy level, God tier. He's clowning Drake for hanging around Sexy Red, saying Drake looks so feminine he blend in. Like, damn, I can't tell who the guest and who the glam squad.
Look at
Drake
him.
really did songs with her like Rich Baby Daddy and You My Everything. Kendrick saying, you not empowering her, you matching her. Then he follows with the punchline. I believe you don't like women, it's real competition, you might pop ass with them.
Oh my God.
I believe you don't like women, it's real competition. You might pop ass with them.
Oh my God.
No!
He said you popping ass, nigga.
Bro, the Sexy Red shit is crazy.
You think he's competing with Sexy Red on some sassy shit?
You gonna have that twerk off with her.
He said you don't even like women.
Nah, Kendrick gotta be trolling, bro.
I didn't know Kendrick was funny.
I didn't know Kendrick was this petty.
Kendrick is trying to humiliate this nigga. This isn't a diss track.
Hitting bad.
This is a fucking hate crime, bro.
This is a eulogy.
Oh my God. That's not even a diss, that's a public execution. Kendrick's accusing Drake of competing with women for attention instead of respecting them. And he flips pop ass as both literal and metaphorical, twerking and performing. It's him saying you're not masculine, you're theatrical. Also, subtle callback to Rick Ross calling Drake a white boy with the BBL. Kendrick saying you out here moving like an IG influencer, not a rapper. Then it gets surgical. Let's speak on percentage. Show me your splits. I'll make sure I double back with you.
Let's speak on percentage. Show me your splits. I'll make sure I double back with you.
That's money talk. Kendrick firing back at Drake's push-ups, where Drake mocked Kendrick's 50-50 split with Top Dawg. Now Kendrick flips it. You show me your splits, Mr. Universal deal. Cause last I checked, you signed to a dude who signed to another dude who signed to another dude. It's a chess move. K-Dot reminding Drake he's been a middleman his whole career. Then comes the classic closer. You were signed to a nigga that signed to a nigga that said he was signed to that nigga.
You was signed to a nigga that signed to a nigga that said he was signed to that nigga.
I was signed by a nigga that was signed by a nigga. Drake was signed to a couple niggas.
Like, you talking about Drake was signed to Wayne? Wayne was signed to Birdman or something like that? Is that what he's talking about?
Cash Money is an affiliate of the big bad UMG. You know who runs it?
But not only that, he was originally signed to J. Prince Jr., who then signed him to Lil Wayne, and Lil Wayne signed him to Cash Money, and Cash Money had a deal with Universal, and I think he had a split with he just had so much going on with his deal. Who really knows? Let's keep going, y'all.
Kanye talked about it. Lucien, that's where he's going with that one.
Saying if you put your shit out there, I will put my shit out there.
Are they really about to go contract for contract?
That's telling.
That's straight out of Pusha T's Exodus 23:1. It's a reference and a jab, showing Drake still stuck in the same business hierarchy after a decade. Kendrick's flexing independence like, I built my empire, you just rent your throne. Then he exposes something fans barely caught. Try cease and desist on the Like That record? Ho, what? You ain't like that record?
Try cease and desist on the Like That record? Oh, what? You ain't like that record?
Try to cease and desist on the Like That record?
Wait a minute.
No way.
Ain't no way you try to get Like That taken out. Oh, no. Drake fans, y'all taking the biggest L in the world right now, boy.
That's him hinting that Drake tried to legally block Like That from dropping. Imagine getting dissed so bad you call your lawyer. That's wild. And that You Ain't Like That record punchline flips from legal talk to street talk. You ain't built like that. Perfect double entendre. Then Kendrick ends this section like a mic drop.
Stepped on him.
Back to back, I like that record. I'm gonna get back to that for the record.
Back to back, I like that record.
He said back to back. Yes.
Kendrick's got a second one.
It's going crazy.
I'm gonna get back to that for the record. Why would I call around trying to get dirt on niggas? Y'all think of my life as rap?
Whew, that's the setup for destruction. He's giving Drake props, but with a smirk. I like that record means, yeah, that Meek This was fire. I can do that too. Twice. And guess what? He did. Right after Euphoria, Kendrick dropped 616 in LA and Meet the Grams, back-to-back diss tracks that dismantled Drake's public image like a house of cards. History repeated itself, but this time the roles flipped. Kendrick became the one dropping back-to-back hits, and Drake became the one ducking cover.
And add the sound of a Canadian owl snorting a line of coke like Ric Flair and going, oh, shoo, shoo. Hold up. Wanna see you next to Sexy Red, can't tell which one is pregnant. You like to pop bags just like a bad bitch, be wearing waist trainers and vests. You rap like you really bout that. But the hood don't know nothing about that. I'm out here doing this killing. Somebody come Barry Terrence and Phillip. What? And stop saying nigga. Okay, now can you insert Malcolm X speech but translate it to French?
Nous n'avons pas atterri sur Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock a atterri sur nous. Je suis Malcolm X.
Yeah, we just getting started.
part where he said, "I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress." That wasn't just hate talk. That was culture talk. That was a man drawing a line between what's real and what's rented. See, Kendrick ain't just beefing, he exposing. Every hate he spit was like pulling the mask off a system that been trying to profit off black soul. When he said, "I even hate when you say the word nigga," some shit just cringeworthy. He ain't talking petty, he talking protection. Protecting the language, the spirit, the heart of this thing we call hip hop. Now picture the room when that dropped. The air thick, the timeline on fire, the memes flying like bullets. But deeper than that, folks started feeling something. Because Euphoria wasn't a song that you danced to. It was one you sat in silence for after it ended. Like, did he really just say that? And that's the genius of Kendrick. Dude don't diss the clown, he dissed the cleanse. That line, "Surprised you wanted that feature request, you know that we got some shit to address." It hit like church talk between two men who used to break bread. That's not just beef, that's betrayal therapy. He's saying, you tried to collab while igniting the war. Pick a side, cause the real one's doing real talk. But here's the part that really tore the veil off. "I believe you don't like women, it's real competition." Whoa. He flipped the misogyny lens on Drake's gimmicks, the fake love songs, the objectified verses, and said, "You might be singing for him, but I don't think you with him." That's a loaded cultural bomb. Now stylistically, notice how he stacked those insults? Hate, 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 pause, still love when you see success, everything with me is blessed. That's balance. That's
he kick it like he messed with women in the art and like his songs, but if you actually look at his life behind the scenes, he be doing women the worst. Let's keep going.
discipline. Kendrick ain't drowning in rage, he using it like a paintbrush. The irony of Euphoria, a song fueled by anger, is that it sounds like a man finding peace through brutal honesty. That's what the griot called turning hate into art. And yo, when he said the boy, where is a man? That line sliced through the entire image Drake built. It wasn't bars, it was parental energy. It was every elder in the culture looking at a youngin' who got too comfortable and saying, you famous, yeah, but you ain't grown yet. Now culturally, that single section changed the power dynamic in the game. No longer was Drake the cool, untouchable hit maker. He became the subject, studied, dissected, meaned, mocked. Euphoria flipped Drake into the case study on what happens when the machine meets the soul. But the bigger ripple, it made hip-hop look at itself. It asked every artist, every fan, are we just vibing, or are we vibing with purpose? Kendrick pushed the genre back toward accountability, back to the roots of expression, when bars meant truth, not brand strategy. And that tone, calm but venom dripped, made every syllable feel biblical. Fans said it felt like Pac talking through Kendrick's pen, reminding the world that black culture ain't a costume you can wear then discard. By mid-2025, that hate verse aged like red wine in a dusty Compton cellar. People still quote it, not for shock value, but for clarity. It's studied in college classes, sampled by young rappers, remixed into protest art. Because the truth is, those bars weren't just about Drake, they were about us. About how easily we let image outshine soul.
And let me vibe with you for a second, y'all. When I look at this track, cause this one really, for me, this was my favorite track out of all of them. But the Sexy Red line, it kind of set up for how you could smoke somebody. Cause I'm gonna give y'all a little story. Make sure y'all drop a like on this before y'all dip out. It'll take you a second, but it helps the channel immensely. We're a growing channel. We gonna hit 10K next, and y'all gonna be rocking with me 100% cause I'm gonna be rocking with y'all. But let me give y'all a little story. So when I used to be on outside more, right? And we be on the block. And say if it was somebody in our circle that got on my nerves, what I noticed was a lot of times it would be somebody's little brother or something like that, right? That's in our circle. And you'd be like, yo, how do I get his little brother out of here? Like, I don't want to, do his little brother bad because he's not an op, but it's your annoying little brother. So what we then noticed was growing up was, we don't gotta shoot nobody. We don't necessarily gotta punch nobody in their face, but what we can do, we can clown you to get you out of here. I'ma clown you so bad every day, you not gonna want to come around. Like, just stop coming around. Like, you doing too much. I don't mind you coming around, but you be doing too much when you come around. So I'ma clown you. And then eventually the people that we would clown would stop coming around because they start getting insecure. They start feeling some type of way about themselves. And it might be somebody's little cousin, little brother, so we can't slap him, but I will clown you. and I will say stuff that's gonna be out of pocket, and you just ain't gonna have no comeback. And when I seen Kendrick use this tactic, I said, yeah, that's how you get somebody out of here. Yeah, you can verbally or physically go right at somebody, but you also can clown people and get them up out of here. Like if you know somebody did, I'm not saying just being a bully and clowning somebody, but if you know somebody be doing too much and they kind of doing too much piggybacking off of somebody like Lucian Grange, you get what I'm saying? Oh, you doing too much. You trying to get like that taken off. You telling Pusha T he can't drop music if he don't stop dissing you and stuff like that. You're using Lucian against me. Okay, Kendrick can't just get Drake out of there in the wrong way, but what he can do is clowning. So when I heard that line, that's what I thought. I thought back on the block when it was like, yo, you know, everything about you seems solid and seems serious, but in my eyes, I think you a joke. I'm gonna make everybody else think you a joke, and I'm gonna make you insecure and get you up out of here. That's what I seen when I seen that. And everything else in this track, my man on Mike Drop TV, make sure y'all go over there and show him some love. He killed it. So make sure y'all drop a like on this, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about this, and let me know, have y'all ever used the tactic of just grinding somebody up and making them a clown to get them up off your situation? Because I've done that many times, you know, where you can't really get at somebody how you want to, but you can clown them. All right, so it's your boy Jet Ski G. If ain't nobody told you they love y'all, you know I love y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button, that hype button. I'm also going to drop 2 more bangers, one right here, one right here. Click one of those videos. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. I love y'all. I'm out, y'all. Man.